Hi everyone, I'm Tanaaz from foreverconscious.com and this is your weekly energy forecast for the week of July 28th. So we are moving into the month of August, and as we move into this new month, this number 8 vibration, we start to get a little bit of a different energy configuration in our cosmic skies. What we have is Mars and Jupiter starting to move closer and closer together. They will not actually officially meet until later in the month, but as Mars and Jupiter start getting closer and closer, we are going to start feeling the rise of that energy. What is it? Mars and Jupiter coming together in Gemini is very much connected to our communication, what we want to say. We may feel emotions rising up, and this need to express it, this need to get things off our chest, this need to acknowledge how we're really feeling about something and communicate it to the outside world. While the Mars-Jupiter energy is creating that kind of essence in our cosmic skies, we have other things coming in too that are kind of adding to this. So even though we're not quite there with the Mars-Jupiter conjunction just yet, it doesn't happen until I think the 13th of August, we're just building up to that energy. So we may feel a little more agitated, a little more restless. We may feel this desire to release, to free ourselves from something. And we are heading also towards the Leo new moon. This happens on August 4th, so technically next week. But as we get to the end of this week, we're going to start feeling the rise of that August new moon. So new moons bring the start of a new lunar cycle. So really this is fresh energy. It's a new beginning. New moons help to give us a new perspective. But if we think of it this way, where a full moon draws things out of us, right? A new moon allows things to be drawn towards us. And sometimes if we're dealing with difficult situations, difficult energies, we can feel it even more stronger. We can feel how it's affecting our energy, how it's imprinting on us, how it's kind of what it's triggering within us. Remember, no body, no situation can really make us feel a certain way. It just brings something up and out of us. People bring something up and out of us. Situations bring things out that are already living within us. And we can really feel that as we approach a new moon. And with this Mars, Jupiter, and with the other cosmic forces happening in the sky, it may feel a little uncomfortable. We may be feeling a little irrational, a little brash, a little that Mars energy kind of coming in there and making us feel a little impulsive. But as the cosmic skies will have it, Mercury is going to go retrograde. This happens on August 5th. Again, that's next week, but we're already feeling the slowdown. So what does that tell us? It says we have to practice patience. We have this impulsive Mars energy. We have this desire to express and get out what we're feeling. We have this energy that's heightening what is coming towards us and how we want to feel and how we want to live our lives. But this Mercury retrograde kind of sitting on the top of everything is saying, go slow. Trust your inner voice. Slow down. Get still with it. There is more information that needs to be revealed to you. So as much as we want to trust our impulses, and maybe we do have to take action, maybe there's something that has come up in our lives that we do have to take a leap and trust. But if that's not the case, we are being asked to get still and listen and be in patience and to wait, to see what arises, to see what information comes up. And that can be difficult, especially if we're in a bit of a struggle or in a bit of a situation where, we're feeling uncomfortable. I think it's perfectly okay to take action when there is a Mercury retrograde if we really feel called to. The thing with Mercury retrograde and what we have to be careful of is that sometimes we don't have all the information. So it's like we're taking action with some blinders on, or we're agreeing to something, or we're signing a contract when we don't have the full picture. Sometimes we don't have a choice, but if we do, it is a good time to just kind of sit and wait and just really make sure that that is the direction that we want to go through. Mercury retrograde is also a wonderful time to connect with our dreams and the dreaming space. So if you are looking for guidance, if you are seeking some higher support, ask for messages to come through in your dreams. Be in a meditative state. Listen to that inner voice. Mercury retrograde, I want to help reframe it from an annoying disturbance to a powerful time when we can really listen to our intuition. So again, Mercury retrograde doesn't officially happen until next week. The new moon doesn't officially happen until next week either. This Mars Jupiter thing, we're still about 2 weeks away from that happening. But this is where we're kind of building to, and that's what we're going to be feeling in the first part of this week. We also have now Chiron retrograde traveling alongside Eris, and Eris is the sister of Mars. So it's sort of like a similar theme where that impulsive, fiery, just wanna Eris is the goddess of discord and strife, and when she is active in our sky, she can bring up where there is disharmony in our lives, and she brings it up so we can create harmony. So it's all these planetary things that we're dealing with right now kind of carrying this similar theme of needing to rise up, needing to be confident, needing to get something off our chest, to release something, to own up to something. It's all kind of that fiery energy. And of course, with the sun in Leo, we are getting this other element of just needing to not take things so seriously and try to be in that spirit of play and to try to find childlike wonder. So many layers of energy. When I was doing the full forecast for August, I thought, wow, I feel like by the month's end, we're all going to need like a vacation. There is a lot going on this month, but remember, we can use these cosmic energies to empower us. Yes, there's a lot going on in the month of August, but I do feel like we are going to come out the other side of it wiser, more awakened, and more aligned with where we need to be. So it's the start of the month. Let's set an intention because it is a big month. Maybe grab a pen and paper, pause the video if you want to. Set an intention for what you would like to achieve for the month of August. What would you like to feel? What do you want to create for yourself? What do you want to bring in? What do you want to release? What prayer, intention, message do you want to gift yourself for the month of August? Maybe let's set that now and then hold space for that because it is a supercharged month with a lot going on. So it's a good time to set an intention any month, but I just feel like this month we could really use a little prayer or a little mantra or some guidance to navigate the energies that are ahead. And as always, I have my deck of cards here, the Cosmic Astrology Oracle. Thank you so much to everyone who has purchased your deck of cards. They're 50 cosmically inspired cards. They have a nice holographic finish, which sometimes is a little hard to see on the camera, but they have this holographic finish, gold edging. They come in a box with a booklet. But I'm going to shuffle up these cards and we'll get a cosmic messenger for our week ahead. We'll see what our cosmic messenger is with all the energies going on for us. All right, let's have a look. Oh, Ceres. Okay. So Ceres is one of the goddess asteroids and she represents nourishment, nurturing. And actually, this is kind of perfect because with all the energies that are happening and are going on for us, coming back to nourishment and looking after ourselves, I mean, it's always a good idea, but especially this month. So we have there, you can see the card and it says nourishment. Ceres was, and I'm just going to read a little bit of what the booklet says. Ceres was one of the first objects to be discovered in the asteroid belt, making her place in our celestial skies a special one. She represents how we long to be nurtured and our relationship with our mother. When she comes into our lives, we are asked to focus on what we need in order to feel nourished and full. She comes as a reminder that it's important to fill our own cups first before we can pour into others. As Ceres was discovered first, her presence in our lives asks us how we can put ourselves first. Named after the goddess of grain and harvest, Ceres points us to find nourishment by spending time in nature, gardening, and eating nutritious foods. Of course, you can find nourishment in so many other ways, but Ceres, as the goddess of grain and harvest, these are kind of the areas that she feels the best in. If there are issues relating to a mother or mother-like figure in your life, or if you're a caretaker, Ceres reminds us that everything looks clearer and feels easier when we set boundaries and make time to nourish ourselves first. Ceres also reminds us that we always have the power to give ourselves the nourishment we crave, even if it's something we did not receive growing up. To dive deeper into this card, and this is some extra homework if you want to do it, explore how the relationship and feelings towards your mother may be acting as a trigger for what is going on in your life right now. All right, so that's the little message from the booklet. That's your card for the week. Maybe meditate on that. I think it was interesting that we talked about setting an intention, and then now we got this card of nourishment. So maybe that's something to think about as you draft your intention for the month, how it can evoke a feeling of nourishment. I hope you found that helpful. You can get your full August forecast for the month. It's up now at foreverconscious.com. Also, don't forget, if you want your horoscope for Leo season, that is up now too. And if you check out the Chiron article that I have on the site, there is a Chiron ritual. So if you feel like you could use a little ritualistic practice, if you feel like you've been working strongly with Chiron's energy, check that out. And of course, stay tuned as we'll have more for the new moon, a ritual for the new moon, and all the other things that I've spoken about in this forecast. So I hope you found that helpful. I know that was a lot. I feel like I just kind of dumped out a lot of information there. So if it feels like a lot, I feel that too. But baby steps, staying present, allowing that Mercury retrograde to be our kind of ultimate guiding force, which is basically saying, slow down, listen to your intuition, find your stillness, be patient. I'm Tanaaz from foreverconscious.com. Thank you so much.